Y'all gonna have to excuse us. we, we supposed to come in like a regular, like a regular
No,
podcast. Welcome to the bridge. But
nope,
instead, since we were like when y'all are watching the intro, we're like backstage, so I can see everything
nope.
Scorpio doing. So that's the reason why when we come in is always with laughter or me
Yeah,
covering my face
always,
or something
always,
crazy going on. Oh man,
always. It's never a dull moment. We're not that type of podcast where it's just so serious. So we talk about some serious issues, but
that
you
point.
have to laugh sometimes.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
not
most
sometimes.
definitely.
You should laugh every day.
You should
I make it my
laughing.
business to laugh. It's good. Speaking of every day, today is February 1st,
February
first day
1st.
of Black History Month.
What's going on, SJ? What's going on? Welcome to the
Hey,
bridge, everyone.
SJ. Make sure y'all please do us a big favor and like, comment, and share. Let your people know, let your grandparents know,
Yeah,
um,
we are live.
anyone that's interested that we are live.
Oh,
We're trying to get those YouTube plaques and any other
for real,
plaques that come with it
for real.
because
So
every time you get a plaque, there comes a check. So we need a check
yeah,
in order
that
for
is
us
right.
to
That is
keep this
right.
going. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yes, I'm doing it because I love it, but yeah, if there's a check that can be gotten, we will take that too.
Yep. So
Yes.
so y'all, um, quite literally, we only got one topic to talk about tonight,
Hmm.
and I don't know if y'all have seen it. I'm gonna play the video tonight anyway.
Yeah.
But James Gunn's news about DC Studios and their plans for it
Ooh,
and what they plan to
James.
do. He dumped. It was only 5 minutes, and he dumped so much information in there that quite literally, th- this might be a two-parter. I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends on because we're hoping, we want y'all to come back and like as we're talking about this stuff, give us your theories and who you would like to
Hmm.
see play and all of this other stuff. So, oh, Boogie, it's
The
the
boogie.
Boogie. What's going on? What's going on? Oh,
Cat.
Keta in there. Keta, what's going on, Keta?
No, you
What's
gotta say
going
it
on?
like Byron. You gotta say it like Byron. Cat.
I can't. My voice won't let me. It won't sound uh-oh. SJ
So
said, oh,
we've
we've
seen it.
seen it.
So
All
it's
right.
so since James Gunn. So I'm not mad at James Gunn now for posting all them kitten pictures because he was easing us in, and he turned around and just did slap. Pow! This is what I'm doing. You thought I wasn't
This is
doing
what
nothing.
this
You
is
thought
what
I
I'm
didn't
doing.
have a plan. Thought I didn't have a plan. But
I just I just hope for like I just hope for I just hope it doesn't they don't go back to the campy. Like that's the
I
only
just
reason why like for me that's the reason why I was so into what was going on with DC
yeah,
is
I
because I
don't
was like,
want
okay, that feels different.
yeah, I don't want to
So
I don't want a
that's the only
roller coaster. Oh.
yeah, for
I
real.
don't want that.
Keep it
I'm
going
hoping he
strong.
doesn't.
Yeah, keep it going
So
strong, Mr. Gunn. Like if
yeah,
that's
please give them, make them the people that just talked all that mess and
mhm.
thinking they're gonna cancel you and all that type of stuff. Which I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting back. I was worried for you and about you because I was like, oh Lord, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Hope he.
So
But that lets you know, give people a chance. Don't just automatically assume the worst.
yeah.
So yeah,
The only thing I was mad about was I just felt bad for Henry. You know,
yeah.
I felt bad for that. So that's like really the only thing I was mad about. And no, and honestly, and I'm still sticking to this
Mhm.
thing. I really hope they don't go campy like that. Please, I don't think they are because the way he talked about Swamp Thing, which we'll see in the video, the way he talked about
Ooh.
Swamp Thing, I'm like, oh okay, so they're probably gonna like, and that's the other part too. Like, that's the other part too. Uh, when we watch the video, y'all probably see what I'm talking about. But like, a lot of the stories that they plan to do, like the Authority,
Hmm.
Swamp Thing, and then some others have dark vibes to them. You know, so
Yes.
it's like everyone thought that they were gonna come in and wipe everything away, like the darkness, but it still feels like darkness is gonna be around.
Yeah.
Um, which I'm gonna be here to say when people say, "Oh my god, Swamp Thing was the best ever. And if Swamp Thing rips off anyone's head or kills anyone, I'm be like, so you like
Shut up.
that, but you do.
That's all I'm gonna
So
tell you is shut
like,
up. What do you
like,
expect?
that really only goes to the people who complained about because there were some people who gave like actual good complaints,
Mm-hmm.
but the majority of complaints I kept hearing was it's too dark, and I'm like,
There's nothing wrong with dark. I like
Thanos
dark.
snapped away little kids and babies. That was
Yeah.
dark. Can you imagine coming to a crib and your baby's just dusting? That was
Now,
dark.
excuse me. Can you imagine reading a comic and just seeing bunnies getting dismembered?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So shut up.
I can imagine. What's going on, Ebony? Welcome.
Oh, but question.
See,
Well,
that's the reason why I don't have a problem with dark because
exactly.
that's probably why a lot of people don't read my comics. They probably pick it up like, oh, that's too dark. They blew up a city.
Oh well.
Hear me out. Ben Affleck gonna play Batman and Javon Walton Euphoria as Damien. Oh,
Oh,
that would be interesting.
that would be. Hmm. But speaking
Yeah,
of,
dismembered bunnies. And you almost took
yeah,
my issue too. There's either we even got there's even a bunny house in there. Bunny ranch.
yeah, a bunny ranch. Do you know what they do at those ranches?
My fr- my friend, when he caught that first, I eased it in there because I didn't know if anyone would have caught on to what was going on.
I
But the
saw
Lapusians went through a lot of like as far as they went through some BS, like for real. Like another
I
group of people that I know
I
that I'm part
saw
of.
it. I saw it, and I just said the devil is a lie, and went past the page. I said, no, I'm not looking at that.
Yeah. Boogie, I come on, Boogie, you ain't see it. I know you had to see it. That bunny was on the pole.
Oh, all right. It had the nerve to get the bunny cakes. No, don't do that.
That was the artist. That
Don't
was
do that.
that was their choice.
Don't do that.
But I will say this: I don't think I made my lead art team angry. I just think that when I wrote that, they saw a different side of me because Cypher Team had
Mhm.
its rumblings, but it wasn't like that. And so he even told me he was after those pages were done, he was like, "Do we have happier pages?" Come.
He was needing some medicine afterwards.
Yep. And I was like, yeah. I was like, the rest is just. I was like, the rest is Tuskegee meeting his team, and
Mhm.
that's going to be chaotic, good chaos. But anywho, hold on, I'm trying to.
That's crazy. But while you're doing that, like I was stating earlier, it is Black History Month,
Yes, it is.
and it is February 1st, and which every day should be Black History Month, just like every day should be Hispanic Heritage Month.
I'm Black Heritage Day.
We should be researching all types of heritage and finding those people. We announced, and that hurts me as a DC fan.
Yes, SJ, I am so glad you were in here then, because this conversation is about. We might have to invite you up here, SJ. You want to come
Yeah.
on? Can you come on? Also, everyone out there sitting out there, this is an open chat. So, like,
Hmm.
if you can come up or want to come up and talk about some of the things that we're talking about, you're more than welcome. Like the ones we know,
Yeah.
for the people we
Not just
know,
anybody.
not just anybody, unless
Not
you're
just
like
anybody.
coming to the show a lot, and then that privilege would be afforded. But
But
yeah, if y'all want to come up here, we can talk.
yeah.
Because there are some things where I was like, but then there are some things I was like, what why that one? So, like the authority and that other one, those were two. I was like, what? Why? Um, but yeah. So, go
Yeah. It is Black History Month. Let me finish, damn it.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And just want to acknowledge, yes, Black History Month. I just want y'all to be aware that it's not just about slavery. Okay.
Hmm.
There are other things to deal with Black History Month, like for example, Dr. Alexa Irene Kennedy. She was the first African American female to become a neurosurgeon in the United States. That's part of Black history. That's what we mean by Black history. Yes, we love Martin, we love Rosa, we love Sojourner, but there's other things besides those. That's what my mom had taught me. Just want to give you that little tidbit of history right
Hmm.
there during Black History Month. Now, we can go ahead and get to the good stuff.
Yep. That's the reason why I thought it appropriate to post
Yeah.
stuff from issue 2 of Yama Stigmata today. You
Speaking of
didn't?
speaking of Black history, there
Oh,
is a publisher. He is the
no, no.
first. He was the first Black indie publisher slash comic creator, artist, editor, letterer to ever give all his people anxiety, depression, and he helped boost the health industry. His name is Tyrone Jackson. Everybody give it up
You
for
know,
him.
since you add that last part, that's probably a first. That's probably a first. But
That is the first.
yeah, that's probably a first. Because the
And
other ones, I was like, nah, somebody else did that.
no,
But that one was probably a first.
no.
Um, but yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to post it. Like, because some people caught it,
Hmm.
the vibes of the story, what's going on, and then some people all the way down. Like, if y'all have the books, y'all that are sitting out there, whether
Yeah.
digital or physical, like go look at the captions. I'll just say that look at the captions,
I
all of
actually,
them, and you'll be like, and I did that accidentally. I just let the writer take over, and when I went back and read it, that's the reason why I took like a 2 to 3 month break before starting back writing it again because of that. It was yeah, it was not good. So let me go ahead and yeah.
let's go
So
ahead and get this. We finna play
mhm,
the
mhm.
video.
Yep, I'm gonna get this video up here, y'all, so we can play it
Y'all
and check it
listen
out.
carefully. He has some good stuff.
Yeah,
I was
I,
very shocked when I watched the
yep,
video.
I will say listen to it also because there was a lot of people even on Twitter and things like that
Mm.
where they were just asking some really crazy ass questions.
And I was
like
like,
like I saw somebody ask, they were like, does this mean that what did they say? Does this mean that the new Batman, you know, um used to be the vampire, sparkly vampire, what's his name? The Battinson.
yeah,
They was like, does that mean that he's gonna be in the main line? I was like, this man quite literally said with emphasis, no, that is an Elseworld story. And people are still asking. It's like, I don't know. I don't
it
know.
gets to the point where it's like, y'all just shut up and just wait.
Mm, yeah, it's just I don't know. Folks gotta I don't know. Folks
Yeah, and he was also talking about in the video when you watch it, he's like written all this stuff already,
Mhm.
and he's still writing some other stuff. He's either just now fit. I forgot what he said. He either just finished something or
Hey, remove. I'm not ready for it to come up
he's
yet.
um he's doing some stuff. So yeah,
That's okay on Firefox. This one is weird.
yeah. He even got DC under his comments under the video saying how they can't wait. I'm like, oh,
Let
when
me
when
see
the when
something.
the when the big bosses are on your side, be like, they're happy. Then you have other. I'm just looking at some of these comments under Twitter
Mhm.
under the video. Someone replied, bring Cavill back. I'm not interested in DC until this happens."
Mm.
And someone said, "Well, I guess you'll be missing out." Damn. And someone said, "Oh, what about this? So Henry Cavill as the new Batman."
I don't know about that.
I can't see him as Batman.
Me either. So
They're
this thing
looking
is being weird.
they're looking
I
at the
think
facial structure. That's what they're doing.
yeah, that's all they're doing. So this is ah. Did that show up over there? Like, did you hear it or no?
No, I didn't
Because it's
hear it.
not. Yeah, because it's not playing the video. What is wrong with this thing?
Is this the oh no. Are you through Instagram?
Huh? Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the screen, but it's not acting correctly.
Hold on. While you doing that, hi Anubis,
What's going on, Anubis?
aka my soon to be Alex Jason Arkey.
Oh, so he's gonna have
Yeah,
Anubis playing. What the
and any others that want to once it come out, if you any if you're interested and want to know a little bit more about Alex or want some pictures and stuff like that about Alex, just let me know. I would be so thrilled to see somebody cosplay him and to put their personal take on it. So that would be awesome. All right. So while that is going on
Yeah,
right,
this is not acting the way it's supposed to.
while that is going on right there, um, everybody still got to work on. Oh, hold on. What you said, Nubis? He said still got to work on that. Laugh out loud. That could be a cosplay for this month. Oh, I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. That would be perfect. I would appreciate it. But while Tier is working on that, we're gonna get that video started. I'm gonna do something like a random question. Excuse me if y'all don't mind. What is in the comments if you don't mind responding? What is the craziest thing that ever happened to you in high school? I know this is just crazy, just a wild question. Because I was thinking about this today and I thought about it and I was like, I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. The craziest thing that happened to me when I was in high school, somebody proposed to me.
What?
Yeah. I was a
Jeez.
freshman in high school and she was a sophomore. I politely say, "Are you effing crazy?"
Like, like
Like
whatever,
seriously.
whatever happened to class? What you
Yeah, I'm
think?
just like, who? What? What we
All
gonna
right,
do?
all right, y'all. I'm gonna try this one more time.
Let's try it. If not, what we'll do is
I have to figure
I
out,
can.
but just have to figure out how to show it. Because like it does show this. Okay, so it does show my camera and stuff moving. So hold on, y'all. It
Mhm.
will do that since it's doing the screen. Y'all let me know if you can hear it. Um, you should be able to. We'll see.
SJ says she got suspended for fighting the one time I didn't actually fight.
Did anything play or no? Is it
No,
just
I
still
didn't get
this frozen
no.
screen?
It's just still a frozen screen.
Jeez. All right. All right. This is kind of pissing me off.
What are you how are you doing it?
Well, doing it the same way that I've always done it, like when you do the present and then the screen share.
Did you save it
Yeah.
on here on stream?
No.
Because you
No.
know there's I forgot how to do it. There's a way that you can save the video on stream and you can play it that way.
Oh, no, I didn't do it that way. Because the way I've been doing it in the past is just doing like a screen share and then playing the videos and showing the stuff.
Uh
But it's frozen, so I don't know. Maybe StreamYard doesn't have all the bells and whistles on
maybe it may not
this
be.
one that I have. So, but anywho, some of the things that he talked about
Yeah,
up there were Booster Gold. Well, the first thing that he talked about, um, of course, when he came in, talked about the things that went away,
yeah.
um, plans to come. Then he talked about, of course, the next four movies that are up this slate. So there's, of course, Shazam, which the way he talked about that, which is the reason why I wanted people to watch it. Um,
Mhm.
the reason why I wanted people to actually watch it was to see his expression with certain things. But it seems like Shazam isn't going anywhere. That's just what
No.
I gather from it. Because the way he explained that, he was saying, like it was kind of sitting off to its own devices, and he said, but it fits the world that he's trying to build. So for folks who thought Shazam was going to be leaving, it doesn't seem like that's going anywhere. I think Shazam is probably going to be there. And then he talked about, of course, Flash coming up next, which Flash
Uh-huh.
resets everything. So I know, and I think it's interesting that he said reset rather than reboot or anything like that. So for me, it sounds like Like I said, remember like last week when I was talking about if they decide to actually do the universal type of deal,
Yeah,
like where it's different
I was.
universes.
I
Hey, like
yeah.
with the Flash, it can cross into different universes. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. That's why he said reset and not reboot, because I think his universe is gonna be a separate universe from like what Zack Snyder had, and then
Uh-huh.
from '89 and the others, that generation with Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman.
Mhm.
Um, the older generation. So that's what I think is going to end up happening. You got the animation stuff. I think his it's probably going to be that. I know that might sound like crazy
Yeah.
and far fetched, but it makes sense to me because one, they're using the Flash to reset everything. There was the chatter about I don't even know if they're still going to do this or if it was even
Mhm.
true, but the rumor about them selling the Snyderverse over to Netflix, which is a
Yeah.
rumor. But again, like I said last week, if they did decide to do that, that's some that would be smart in my eyes. It would be
Mhm.
smart only because DC will be playing a real strong hand to their multi-universe
Yeah.
stuff, which they already play a strong hand to that in the comics. So um I know you were gonna say something about the Flash. I think
Yeah. I was thinking like I was thinking that maybe the Flash is like a start of something. That's why I
Mhm,
was like I was saying earlier before we got on.
mhm,
I think we should watch each one that's coming out. I
mhm,
think the Flash is just the start of something. It's going to show something that we're going to see appear in each of the movie, and I think somehow, some way, they're all going to combine and come together somehow. Either he's going to tell a story through each one, or you're going to be like, oh, so they're all connected somehow, some way.
mhm.
So like you said, the Flash should be able to go into. Excuse me, I forgot what the thing is called that he uses.
On the Speed Force.
Yeah, he's going to
Mhm.
use that to go into different
I mean, it's
worlds.
possible because they already said in the movie that like he sees like man, my cheeks are extra puffy today, but but he actually sees like cheeks right there.
Mm,
Mm. But but he sees um different versions of different Supermen and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, but for me, like I was saying, the reason why I think it's interesting that he said reset is because it's just like even with the Flashpoint, right? Like when
Yeah.
Flash did Flashpoint and came back, he didn't reboot the DC universe. He reset it.
Mhm.
Like every time they have those events, it doesn't reboot the DC universe. It resets it. Because
Yeah.
it's still it's like they're on the same timeline. Things are still moving forward, but it's almost like the other stuff created another universe.
Yeah.
You know, but
I just I just think somehow, some way he's gonna connect them all. Because I wish I don't know if I mean that would be kind of silly. I don't know if you want me to like open up the video and see if it'll play on my little mic right here.
just the stuff he was saying.
And you can
Yeah,
hear
do
it.
it. Yeah, do it. At least we can
Yeah.
hear it.
Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. Let me see if I can where you at, James?
Sorry, y'all. I ain't shaved. It was a busy day.
Yeah. Boy, ain't nobody looking at you and all that. They just happy to see
They're like,
Ted.
he has silver whiskers. Yes.
Oh well.
I want him to get real silver though, like right there. Just get real silver.
I forgot which one it was. What he? Okay, hold on. I gotta find it where I sent it to you. But yeah, I just believe he's gonna somehow, some way connect worlds, which I think is awesome. And I personally can't wait to see how it's going to play out. Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I am interested. Some of the things, like once you play it and we start listening to it, I'm still like, what?
Yeah.
Film, television,
Can you hear that?
gaming, and
Yes.
animation. That the characters are consistent,
Hold on.
played by the same actors. Hey,
Yep.
everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co CEO of DC Studios. So, as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of,
Pause it.
our jobs, mine and
Pause
Peter's,
it.
is to come in and make sure.
So that part right there, like, if folks don't know what he's talking about, is like how the television shows
Hmm.
they would tell, like the movie studios would tell them you can use certain characters and things like that. Kid television shows had to ask permission. That was one of the things too that I said DC should have done a long time ago,
Hmm.
which is what he's doing, which was to connect everything. Because I remember when Marvel started doing their TV shows and stuff, because they start off with Agents of Shield, and at first they were like, no, it's not going to be connected, and then they did connect it. That was something that DC could have jumped on a long time ago because their shows were around before then, and it would have gave them that instead of them like that. That's why it's important. That's the one thing I can kind of gather from what he's saying is that, of course, with him working with Marvel, he knows what Marvel did, so he's not trying to play catch up. He's just trying to create something, and that's what DC could have done a long time ago. They could have just did that, but instead, I don't know. I think it was a lot of executive crap. Hold on, let me see.
They were too busy competing with
Exactly.
Marvel. They weren't even thinking.
Instead of just running their own race. Jay still said, I'm gonna just wait till they come out. Exactly.
I mean, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah. Anubis said, I can't even speak on all the DC stuff. I've fallen off the DCCU and I'm gonna stay in the DCAU. Oh, the animated universe? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, their animations, DC, they always slap with the animations, like for real. That's why I was like, if y'all can do these, why can't y'all do those? Like if y'all aren't fighting over this, why are y'all fighting so much over? Well, honestly, they were fighting so much over that because trying to catch Marvel.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't let their directors be created after they openly said we're hiring you to be creative. So it was weird. Actually said, like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna watch them and I want them to be good and we'll be happy if they are. I'm just not excited. I get that. Because like I said, there's some things that he mentioned. I'm like, why that? I kind of get it because the reason why Marvel was able to stand up, I think, the most, and this is what a lot of people don't pay attention to, even though they did have the X-Men movies, right? Which really wasn't Marvel Studios. That was Fox. Yeah, X-Men, Fantastic Four, things like that. So Marvel Studios really couldn't do anything using their heavy hitters like the X-Men and Fantastic Four, stuff like that. Yeah. And so like a lot of people look at Iron Man now, and they're like, oh yeah, Iron Man is the top person in comics. Not before that movie came out. He was a C-lister.
Yeah, we was like, Iron Man, awesome.
Like
made of steel.
Yeah, yay. That movie is what made him popular.
What made that comic book really start popping and stuff like that.
But. Yeah, exactly. So it's like so that's the only reason why when he said this something about the Authority, which we'll hear in a bit, but when he says so, I'm like, okay, well, maybe he wants to bring some obscure characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this overarching arc, the title of it is Gods and Monsters. But I kind of look at it and I'm like, DC actually has more monsters and more gods that probably could have gotten their movies.
Correct.
Rather than some of the ones that were picked. But I don't work there. I probably would have got fired if I would have said that too, considering that some of them are his passion project. But we'll hear about that here in a bit. Hold on, let me see. Some more. They didn't stay in their lane. Exactly. They should have stayed dark. Who cares if people like it's too dark? No, that's what that. And then now, only thing it would have took was for people to get used to it, and then you would have been like, okay, I want to go to the movies and laugh tonight. Marvel. I want to go to the movies and see somebody get their ass whooped.
DC.
So but people did too many loud mouths that probably never watched the movies.
You don't worry about, and you shouldn't be concerned about your competition. If you shouldn't even know who your competition is.
Yep. It is what it is, I guess, says Jay Stowe the Tiger. Yeah. And then as Jay says, exactly, yeah, like it's wild. That's the reason why even with myself, like people got offended by it, because I said I don't have competition or I don't perceive myself to have competition because I see myself as my own competition with my comics. Yeah. Like, as I'm sitting here paying attention to you and how you do your characters and how you write your stories and what artists you have and what character you're doing and are you comic skater SJW or whatever the fuck. If I'm sitting here paying attention to that, I'm not going to get my shit done. That's why I'm my own competition.
I'm too busy competing with being broke. Okay, I don't want to be broke.
Yeah, that's the biggest race story.
I'm watching broke, making sure it ain't catching up with me no more.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about. I ain't worried about nobody else.
Let me see. SJ says,
my thing is I've been waiting for them to explore more obscure characters, just not the ones they did pick. But like you said, I don't work there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick like some of the characters that you don't hear from.
Yeah, like there's obscure characters that they have that you hear a lot of in animation
Mhm.
and their game side that are dope characters that are super popular that would have fallen into the whole gods and monsters
Mhm.
thing. But then again, I don't know what they have planned because Etrigan and Constantine and Zatanna, they all could very likely pop up in Swamp Thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what the plans are and what's going on, and that may lead to a Justice League Dark. Who knows? But but you know,
We'll see.
we'll see. That's the only thing we could do. That's why we're talking about it, and seeing what y'all theories are and what y'all think. But we'll see.
Yes,
They said
Jay. Me too. I want to see
the
that
Lantern show.
Lantern.
Yeah, yeah,
I want to see
yeah,
what that's about because it looks like he has both both sides of the lantern. I'm gonna see if are they gonna
yeah.
be in
Well,
the same
well,
team
not
or
both sides. It was weird how they put. I don't know who did that. Oh, I know what they did. Never mind. Never mind. Because I forgot.
Hmm,
John Stewart is not even a. He's not even. Well, at one point, I don't know if he ever became a Green Lantern again,
no.
but he became some other type of lantern. Like it was like
Mhm.
a some Omni or some type of lantern. I forget which one it was, but it was like
Yeah.
he was a lantern of his own, just kind of like how Kyle Rayner ended up becoming like the White Lantern and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And but I
He was
forget.
on
I think it's the iridescent. There was some type of weird like made John Stewart hella powerful, whatever that
that.
lantern he became. But yeah. So I don't know if that was the emblem on the chest because I was looking at. It, I was like, why isn't that a lantern? And then that just hit me just now. I was like, oh, maybe it's the other one
Other one.
that he became. So
Yeah.
because I know he was a White Lantern for a little bit too, and then that's when he became the other that highly transcendent one. Um, so yeah, let's hear some more. Let's hear some more.
The DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the
Pause it.
same actors, and
Yeah,
it works.
pause it. Okay, what do y'all think about that? Because honestly, that is something I'm interested in.
I
Because we
like
talked about that before the show.
I like the fact that you're going to be able to watch the movie and play the game and not be
Mhm.
lost.
Yeah, like that. That's what I meant when I said earlier that I think he's just trying to create something.
Yeah.
Because even though Marvel has their TV shows and now their TV shows are kind of connected, um, it's interesting because it's like, okay, well, DC's like, okay, not only are we going to have shows, but our animations are going to be connected as well as our games, as well,
Mhm.
all of it's going to be connected to the movies. Anubis says, honestly, the gaming part doesn't need to be connected. You know what? And I get that. And I agree with you, mainly because it takes them a while. It takes them long. It feels like it takes them longer to make a game than it does to make a movie or to make animation or to make a TV show. You know, so with the games, um, it's interesting because I'm like, did he already have games in work
Mhm.
that's gonna talk about the movies, or is it actually gonna be connected, or will it just be a game about the movie, or
Mhm.
like how they used to do in the 90s. Every time a
Yeah.
big movie came out, they'll make the game
There
for
was
it,
a game
So
for it.
yeah, so um it's interesting. And
Yeah.
Ebony says, I was never big on DC, if I can be honest, outside the animations. I understand. DC is one of those areas where, like, for me, I was big on DC. Like, I grew up reading, like, I'm not gonna say I prefer one or the other because I really love both. Like,
Yeah.
just being honest. Like, I know there's the infighting, and then of course the teams, DC, Marvel. I don't know what it is about them colors, red and blue, but they always want to clash against each other. But Coke, Pepsi, like
Tomato,
the other two.
tomato.
Yeah, the other two. Y'all know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. But it's like, um, I never understood, especially like for me, being the type of nerd that I was. I know
Mhm.
like people are like, oh, everyone says they got beat up. Nah, I got picked on a lot for that. Unfortunately, for my own, more for my own than anyone else.
Why is it?
so,
Why are we that way?
so I'm putting that out there. But I
Not
got picked on more from
look
us
here.
than I did anyone else.
Yeah.
Um,
Not during Black History Month. We're not gonna do that.
yeah, we're not gonna do that during Black
Not
History. But
during
anyhow,
Black
like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So I never understood the infighting when people started fighting the
Mhm.
whole team choice stuff. Like I understand that with sports, but come on, Like, if you're a nerd, like you should just be like me. I was just happy to see it because this is crap that I was asking for as a kid.
Yeah.
This is stuff that I wanted as a kid. So when they started saying these things were coming out, I remember when Blade came out, and I was like, "What?" You know, excited. And I'm telling people, like, "Yeah, Blade, that's a vampire." Blah blah blah. No,
Yeah.
he's not. You know, it's like, okay, you'll find
Okay,
out.
so what is
You know, so and then it was like because of that, more people came to me asking questions like, "Oh, that was a comic book movie. Tell me about this character."
Yeah.
But anywho, is like, so I was excited then,
Mhm.
um, and I'm like that now. Like Marvel comes out with something, okay, I'm excited. Not anymore.
Tear line, he be jumping for
Oh,
joy.
no, like before,
His life.
like way back when, I was excited. Like now, I'm just like, I don't work there. Honestly, I wouldn't want to. It just
No.
no. I'll run my own company. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So
I
Boogie
stay.
said games take months to year. Exactly, Boogie. And that's what we were saying. Like that's
Mhm.
the only part where I'm just like, ah. But the animations, TV shows, and the movies all being connected, like that's dope. I guess the same characters. So if they do a Justice League animation, it's going to be the same characters in the Justice League movie, which
Mm.
in a sense, I kind of well, no, because they didn't have Green Lantern in the movies, but I kind of feel like that was something that was trying to be done because if you notice, most of the characters that were in the Justice League movie
Mhm.
were also typically on the Justice League animations, um, but now they're saying, I guess, when things happen in the animation, you'll feel the effects in the movies, or
Mhm.
vice versa,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder, like, because the animations they don't hold back. Like it's always some wild ass like war, somebody going to another planet getting offed. Like so that mean that character is dead in the movies now. So it's
No, they're
interesting.
gonna pop up in the movies just fine.
Exactly. I'm like, it wasn't connected, you liar. Let
Like,
me
come
see.
on.
SJ said, I grew up on DC, the comics, the animations, the live shows, and the movies. Exactly. Same.
Yeah.
Same with Marvel too. The comics, the movies. Even that, like Howard the Duck was my favorite when I was a kid. Don't trust me.
Howard the Duck.
Don't- I was a kid, and then like later on, I ended up running across running across a I guess unedited version, the one that wasn't on TV at a certain time. And then like I saw the whole edition of the duck that was in the female duck that was in the tub, and I was like, who thought that was okay?
What part of Howard the Duck you was watching?
It's in there. Whenever he was getting pulled through the wall, he gets pulled through one of the apartments, and when he gets pulled through the wall, he gets pulled through a bathroom. And there's a female duck in the bathroom, and they show duck boobies. And I was like, who thought that was okay? I was like, who thought that was okay?
Here, here. Was it
Yeah.
by the chance late at night when you saw this? You want someone to
No,
be up
no,
you go
go,
bed.
go find it.
You
No,
was
no, I
sleep.
didn't see that as a kid. I saw that later as an adult.
You was
Let me see.
sneaking up at night watching them dirty movies.
No, negative. Like SJ says, and even I'm not team anything besides Team Silvers. Oh, thank you, SJ. I appreciate that. That's the
This so
best team though.
sweet.
Got Married Kingdom, best kingdom. But
Shit is so sweet.
yeah. So a lot of people saying the game part. I get that. Like with the games, it's weird. I
They
don't.
don't.
I
They don't have to be connected, but just have a
yeah.
little bit of
Yeah.
something. You know.
I mean, unless he's just saying that when they do an animation or do a game or so on and so forth, the actors who are playing those characters
Mhm.
will voice those characters.
That would be
And
neat.
if that's what he means, then I wouldn't call that connected. Not as far as the universe. I would just call that extra money and jobs for the actors. Like for real. And congratulations, because that's dope. I might have to see if I can
Thank you.
go audition
See if
for
I can voice over for something when I get sick. You got to go voice over when I get sick, not now.
see if I can go voiceover for something or
I can go voice
get in the
over
movie. I don't know.
somehow.
I don't know who I don't know who I could play in the DC universe. I don't know. I couldn't play anybody.
The Green
Too old to be
Goblin.
Green Goblin is in Marvel. Jesus Christ. Ebony said, I agree with SJ. Team Swords. Oh, thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Oh my God. Green Goblin. Like, I can't even be mad at that. Because it's not even the right universe. I can be mad at that. You know better. Oh, Jesus. You know better than that. You about to get fired. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
All right. Oh God.
Oh God, I'm sorry. That's just the first thing that popped in my head. Green Goblin. I don't know why. But honestly, I don't think there's any. I don't.
I don't.
See
You know what? Honestly,
anyone.
to tell you, I don't even want to be in that fight.
No.
I am. I even though I own a business, even though I'm a PK and I grew up in this church, I am not delivered. Somebody come at me on the internet, I'm gonna find you. All my
yeah.
years in IT, I promise I will find you. I am not delivered.
I will find.
I
I will
mean,
find,
it would take a lot. Like
look here.
probably money. Like if they're like, "Hey, this is how much you're making," and it's hefty, I'm like,
I will
"Fuck them
find.
internet trolls."
I will find you. I will beat you up and push your children down.
Damn.
I
I'm
will
not
turn
going
over
for.
child.
I'm not
support.
going for the. I'm not going for the children. I'm the type of person I go for
I
the turd.
would, because they're just a small miniature part of you. That means they're gonna be just like you when they grow up. Push them down.
Well,
Turn that stroller over. That'll be all right.
let me see. Let me see. X-Men is Marvel, ain't it? Yes, X-Men is Marvel. X-Men is most definitely
I
Marvel.
will push your children down. I will push them off a slide. Yes, I will.
Oh Lord. So games, nobody's really for that. I get it.
No.
But animation shows, it does make sense to be more animation shows and movies.
Yeah.
All right.
All for
We
it.
got more to listen to.
Do we need to hear some more of Mr. Gunn?
Yeah, let's hear some more. Let's talk about some more.
Come here, James. Talk some more. Say something.
Within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds outside of the.
I'm just gonna. So, and only reason why I told Scorpio to stop there is because there's still people out there making dumbass theories. I wonder if Battinson's gonna be in the main. Y'all just heard it. No, it's an Elseworld. Not to mention, Matt Reeves already said he was not doing that. Same with the Joker there. Not bringing Joaquin Phoenix's Joker over. It's an Elseworld story. If you are, and I think a lot of the,
that's outside of it. That's not
exactly. I think a lot of
the whole different thing. You got to get a new Joker.
Exactly. I think a lot of people who are asking that question, I don't think like they're true blue DC fans.
No.
Because as soon as he said Elsewhere, I was like, okay, cool, that makes sense. Because that's how I have always considered them Elseworlds. You know, I've always considered that. So when people started saying stuff like, "Oh, they're gonna bring Pattinson and Batman to replace Ben Affleck," I'm like, "No, they're not. That's Elseworlds." And plus, are you not listening? Matt Reeves already said he doesn't want to do that. He's the director. And people are like, "Well, they're signing his checks. Then he'll walk." You know, they don't want to lose him, especially what they did with the last one. You know, same with the director of the Joker. Like all that money the first Joker made, like they're not. That's why they let them do a musical. They're like, "Hey,
sing, bitch."
That's another check. They're like, "You made all that money the first time. You can do whatever you want." And he's like, "I want to put the Joker in a musical." I bet DC was like,
"He
you Joe Jackson.
He Joe Jackson. That thing. You better get out on that stage."
Yeah. He was like, they were like, "You know what? Since you brought us so much money last time, sure, you can make it a musical."
Come on.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why part 2 is a musical.
That's it. It's like, and I hate when they go into musicals. I'm like, I don't want to hear all this singing.
Yeah. It's gonna have to be something interesting. I mean, honestly, with the Joker and Harley Quinn, it could be something interesting because they can make it psychological and mind based. So I mean, but I still don't know if I'm gonna watch it. The only two musicals that I watched that I actually like are like Little Shop of Horror and
Little Shop of Horror.
Yep. And the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Those are like the only two that I could actually watch.
Oh my goodness. Those are the only ones that those are the best.
Oh, it's Miko. Hold on. We gotta catch up with stuff. Ebony says, "Oh, you can see me playing Cyborg if I was taller. I'm not tall enough to be Cyborg."
I'm so sorry.
Maybe maybe the Funko Pop version of
The chibi version.
I could be the cyborg from the fifth dimension that comes over with Batmite.
Somebody come get him. Somebody come get him, y'all. Please come get
I
him.
wonder what his name would be. Mr. Metal. There we go. That's what we'll call him.
Get him.
Mr. Metal.
He wanted
Hey
the
James, you hear
Funko-
that?
the
I want to play
Funko
Mr. Metal.
Pop- The Funko Pop Cyborg.
I want to play Mr. Metal. James. Cyborg's fifth dimensional copycat.
Wow.
That would be dope.
Do you know how small the Funko Pop is?
I know. I'm just saying, like Cyborg, the actor is gonna have to be over 6 foot, or at least 5'11", where they could pass him at 6 foot on camera. Me, I'm like 5'6". They only can move me up to 5'9" on camera, I think. It still looks realistic. Yeah. So it's like
some platforms.
No, I'd be in my suit, like it'd be like this much room. Like my other hand's way down here. Like that's what my calves would be like. And my feet just slide in the top, so I get taller.
I'll be like, damn it.
Yeah.
Bring the 2x4s.
I know. Well, I don't know though, because I know they said that they made Tom Cruise like freaking almost 6 foot in one of the movies he was in. And I'm like, how the fuck they pull that off?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Me and him the same height.
I didn't know he was that short.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a little
height.
taller.
Mm-mm.
I really did. I thought he was a little taller.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Miko. Hey, Mr. T. Here we go. Miko. Let me see. Oh, that's conversation back for what, Jay? What'd I say? Not Small Cyborg. We can't get Smalls is ours. Smalls, that's ours. So they can't have it. That's ours. That's our that's our version. Cyborg Mike. There you go.
Wow.
Cyborg Mike. We can call him.
That's small. That's small might. Anything like a termite? Do you know how tiny that is?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know if they used like one of these designs that they have for Batmite. I think it was Batmite.
Yeah.
If they go that look with them, I'll probably just be able to do the voice, and that's it. Which that'd be an easy feat. I could do that. But because the way they play, that's gonna have to be CGI, like with just my face on it. Because the way they were making them look, I was like, yo, these are like that's nightmare fuel. So they decided to do a cyborg be nightmare fuel. So yeah.
So your gun not so when you're shooting, it's not gonna make like a pew pew. No, it's gonna pew pew.
No, it's not gonna be like the big blast.
Pew, pew.
It is gonna be pew pew. Honestly, to tell you the truth,
Pew, pew.
Mr. Iron, you know. The cyborg for the film. He's gonna say it himself every time he shoots. He's gonna be pew 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 every time he shoots.
Somebody gonna die. Pew, pew.
Honestly, that's why I'm to the point now. Like I've been watching Teen Titans Go with my daughter because I know you mentioned that too. How Teen Titans Go is Elseworld, and I feel like quite literally, I wouldn't be shocked if all of those characters are the fifth dimensional versions because the way that they're wacky, it really puts me in the mind of like Batmite and Mixopidolix, you know, and all of them, like the way that they are is very they're very wonky, you know, very crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I like the crazy sides. I always wonder if there was a multiverse of us.
Yes.
Instead of the bridge, they discreet.
The cul-de-sac.
Section 8.
The alley. Actually, the alley would have been a oh, Jesus.
Oh.
The cobblestone road.
Round the corner.
Not around the corner. Up yonder.
Up the street.
Actually, that would be a dope podcast.
Up yonder. Holy shit.
You have to find out what the subject matter is, but
Somewhere up yonder.
We're supposed to be talking.
Sorry, we're supposed to be talking about James Gunn.
See, that's why we can't. That's why we can't have good things.
The tunnel, see?
The tunnel. Yep, right there.
That's
Right
the
there.
figure, the tunnel. The creek, not the creek, the creek.
That would have been a dope. The crick.
Creek.
Oh man. All right. What? So up there. Hold on.
There, up there, up there,
Oh Jesus.
up there. That's
Oh,
that
God.
country. That's that
Bro.
down south stuff, y'all. That's that Florida
Yep.
stuff. I'm sorry.
You got up yonder. You got over yonder. You got down yonder. Hey, that's 3 different shows right there.
Up yonder, down yonder,
Yep, and over yonder.
over yonder, down yonder,
Mhm.
up over there,
Across the street.
across the street. No, across the street with a K.
Across the street.
Street,
Across the
street.
street.
Across
right.
the street and get us some strawberries. Okay.
Okay. Listen, so now y'all know, people that are listening.
We're sorry, y'all.
The Joker, the Batman, Teen Titans Go, and other stuff like that. If you listen to it, those are Elseworld stuff.
Yeah.
So that when he said everything, and I'm glad he said that because I know there was going to be some douchebag out there. But so the voice actors are going to play the characters in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, no, even though I think Carrie probably could. He's he's a tall dude.
With
If
Jim
he bulks
Carrey?
up, no, Carrie Randolph, Carrie Rudolph, I think is the voice of Cyborg.
Oh,
He's actually, I think he's actually a pretty tall dude. I think so.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
He could probably, if he bulked up. I don't know his age though. But if he bulked up, he probably could.
Yeah, is it Carrie Payton?
No.
No. You sure?
Yeah, I think so. Unless I'm losing my mind,
Hold
which is
on.
possible.
No. Yeah, Carrie Payton, the voice of Cyborg.
Is that the name?
It says voice. Yeah, he voiced more.
I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of 2 different. See,
Hold on. You talking about for Teen Titans?
I don't know.
Teen Titans is Carrie Payton. He's the voice of
Okay.
Cyborg.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Losing my
if that's
mind.
for you.
I was thinking of someone else's last name.
Yeah, he's the voice of Cyborg, Carrie Payton. Yeah, that's him. Unless you talk about Victor Stone,
No. That's the
that's the one that played as
Yeah.
Cyborg. In the DC,
Yeah.
universe.
That's him. He's older. Yeah, that's him though.
Carrie Payton.
See, so I got last names wrong. I was thinking of someone else's last name.
It's all right. You got the first name. That's all that matters.
Jeez. Nope. Now someone's gonna take my geek card. I thought you were a geek.
John, shut up. You're not a freaking forget. Damn. I always want to take something from somebody.
You forget too if you saw what I saw. You'll
You
forget too sometimes.
He saw a duck accomplish y'all. He forgot.
Exactly.
Let him forget. He was trying
I
to
forgot. I know. I forgot about that poor penguin that was on Lapusia. I forgot about that penguin.
Okay, what James Gunn said. You want to listen to more James Gunn? I ain't going there.
If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Instagram. There's a reel up. What's the rest of James said?
Come here, James.
The mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have
So I will say this: I am looking forward to Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is a character that I like, especially like the new redesigned one when they brought in the alien tech and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For folks out there who don't know, I'm a big, I'm like huge sci-fi nerd and horror head. Probably more horror than sci-fi, but they're reigning equal. So
Yeah,
I like stuff like that in comics. When they start dealing with the space stuff, like that was one of the things that really pulled me into the X-Men when they were dealing with Phoenix and the Shi'ar Empire and stuff like that, and started bringing that in, and so I was like, okay, so that's the reason why I like Fantastic Four a lot, because not only were they going to space, but they were doing all the science stuff. So I do like that, and so I'm interested how they're gonna do it. Are they gonna keep it as alien tech? I think it's described in the write up for it that it is alien tech that goes to them. Oh, SJ said, "Oh, I lied."
But she said, "Can we just?"
I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited about Blue Beetle. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
I'm
want to know how
excited
they're
about
going to
that
do
too.
it. Like, are they going to keep it as alien tech, or are they going to switch it and make it, something that someone built? It was a new weapon built in Star Labs, or Wayne Labs or something like that, and it was supposed to be used for the military, and now this kid gets it on it. In a sense, like a makeshift Spider-Man type story.
Mhm.
I hope they don't. I hope they keep the alien vibes,
Well,
because only thing is
I
gonna do for
hope
them
so.
is point more stuff to Interstellar real quick. Because DC, that's their other than gods, that's
Yeah,
their other big thing is space. Like they
space
got
stuff.
so many space based characters. It's
But
like
it
their
works
main
for them.
character is from space. so it would make sense for a lot of their stuff to be out
Be
there.
in space. In space.
Yep. You forgot that was happening? I didn't. I did. That was the one, because that's the one thing that I am excited for.
I
I am
remember
excited for
that.
for
Yeah.
the Flash. I do want to see that.
You see what I mean when I say I
But
think since he's going in that order, Shazam,
mhm,
Flash, and Blue Beetle. You see what I
mhm.
mean when I say it sounds like he's trying to connect them.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's doing an interconnected universe, because he did say that, so all of it will be connected. But my biggest thing is like the timelines now, because if the Flash is supposed to be resetting things, I don't understand why it's coming out before Blue Beetle. I get it. Coming out before Aquaman, though, I don't, unless Aquaman is staying. Like Jason Momoa and the whole entire deal with
Yeah,
Aquaman is staying. Like
yeah.
it's because
Me-
because like they said at one point, supposedly it's supposed to be leaving, but if it's staying around, and like that's the last movie and it's staying around, and eventually he'll get another one or be somewhere else, then okay, I can see why that movie is still last on the slate. But continuity wise, people get confused easily. And I think that if Aquaman was one of those things that, was supposed
mhm.
to be, this is the last movie, then done, no more Aquaman, it should have been before Flashpoint, so that Flashpoint could have reset everything. And then,
But I mean, if he plays Aquaman, who's gonna? I don't. Who's gonna play Lobo? I'm looking
I don't know.
forward to him playing Lobo.
Well, if everybody's coming over,
I'm looking forward to him playing Lobo. He fits that role
he
perfectly.
does. I agree wholeheartedly. But if everybody's coming over, and like, everybody from Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, I guess Dave Batista could be Lobo.
Ew, no,
I can't see him with hair,
no,
but as far as like,
no.
I can see him like vicious, because I know he does have that in him. Like, even
Yeah,
though he was playing Drax and they made Drax like really different from the comics, like he was more vicious in the comics than he was in the movies. And the later versions of Drax copy the movies. For the people who say no, the later versions copy the movies,
yeah.
but the Drax that was in Infinity Gauntlet way back when, that was a different type of Drax. But anywho, but in wrestling, you've seen that mean side of him.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, well, wrestling's not acting. Oh, yes, it is. That's a lot of it is like they have to
Now
act out their
that
characters.
stuff
So
is scripted, y'all.
yeah.
Just
So
like reality TV shows are all scripted.
yep.
Believe it or not,
Now
those
I
guys
will
are
say this though,
actually
people do actually get hurt though. I'm not gonna pull
yeah,
that. People
they
do
do.
actually get hurt because you land wrong or fall wrong, or
That smacking on the chest part, they actually
yeah,
hitting them.
yeah. Because people had their sternums kind of
Yeah.
concave because of that. I think it was Kofi Kingston, matter of fact,
Hmm.
because I think he got hit in the chest by the Big Show, I think, or something, and then later on, like that's the reason why his chest kind of dips in or something.
First off, why in the hell would you let Big Show hit you? You just know the size
It's
of
wrestling.
that
If you
hand.
going to get,
Yeah, I would have thought, oh, Big
Big-
Show, you better go hit
yeah,
yourself.
Big Show's hand is a chest.
It literally is. I was so imagine him coming to me. I'm gonna hit you in the chest. And no, you ain't.
Like, I'm about to run, sir.
Okay, go ahead, hit me in the chest. You want to catch me first, old big ass.
I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run and hide under
Your big,
something.
your big
Because
ass.
as tall as that dude is, like if as tall as he is, like I'm not trying to get kicked across the room.
No, I wouldn't even want to fight. How y'all pick him up?
Oh man.
Wow. No, I
Only
don't
the
want
only
to.
the really, really strong ones or a group can do it. Okay. What's next score? What we got next?
Come on, James. Come back, James.
Started to
Finish
map
up,
out
James.
an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation.
Didn't want to pause.
He was like, no.
Let me get this out.
Stop pausing me on this call. So Creature Commandos is one of the ones I was talking about, but then the only reason why I stopped it, we'll get back started shortly. Now I do want to watch it because I saw like I Frankenstein in there and some other characters, so I do want to watch it for that. At first I was like, why this one? And then I just remembered the title of the arc again, Gods and Monsters. So
Yeah, Gods and
they
Monsters.
belong. That one
Part
belongs.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He says not the whole one, but it's part of it.
Yeah. So all right, we can go back.
that.
Because we don't want to
Usually
keep
the
it
same
here.
actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story.
Pause it.
I got it. And stop it.
All right. Things that he said, right? I'm imagining Doom Patrol, but so the cast of Peacemaker. So you already know we're gonna see Peacemaker in it. I freaking loved Peacemaker.
That was
to me
good.
In my eyes, I felt like Peacemaker even beat out Marvel TV shows.
Yeah.
Like as far as superhero shows, I feel like Peacemaker was up there, and then right under Peacemaker will probably be The Boys.
I've seen parts of The Boys. That was actually very interesting.
Yeah, because Peacemaker was good, and I was actually shocked at how much I liked it because I'm like, man, John Cena, like I've seen it. Of course, we know you can act for wrestling, but it's like I've seen him in some movies, and I'm like, I hope I rooted for him. I was like, I hope he can like lead his own, and he freaking did.
He did good.
He freaking did, and it was good. You know, that was a good show. So I am curious to see how Waller is going to be, how they're going to play it, because they're mixing Doom Patrol crew. You know, the person who handled Doom Patrol, and then the person who handled the Watchmen, which I'm guessing that's maybe the Watchmen TV show, and then the Doom Patrol TV show. So I am curious
what I would look
to
at
see, how it's going to be handled, because that's two totally different tones. But with the stuff Amanda Waller deals with, like how she sent them on the mission in Peacemaker to go get that freaking thing that was creating the butterflies.
Yeah.
Like the cow or whatever, the space big ass space cow they had.
Cow thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
what the hell is that?
So I mean, clearly Amanda Waller has been connected to some weird stuff. She's probably gonna have like weird entities probably. I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with that. I'm actually really excited with that. And then Viola Davis, she's just gonna sell it anyway. What in the world?
Sorry, my phone doing something on his own.
And Viola Davis, I mean, she's just gonna. She's a great actress. She's gonna kill that, so I ain't even worried there. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because that is one thing that I'm interested in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Continue.
All right, y'all. We gonna finish. We gonna be finished. Yeah, let's go.
Story that's
Let's
out
get
of
it.
this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called...
So that one right there, right? The Authority. That was one of the ones that rubbed me the wrong way, kind of, because I
Mhm.
felt like it really didn't fit. You know,
It almost sounds like as if he's
only doing it because he wants to, because he can.
yeah,
That's what
and
I felt like.
another version of like X-Men
Or that,
or Justice League or something like that.
yeah, or freaking. Because the Authority, well, the Authority are a little more darker. So I wonder if he kind of did it to compete with. Well, it's a movie, so he can't really compete with what The Boys is doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those obscure ones, you know, that a lot of people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a Wildstorm fan or enjoy Wildstorm when it got pulled into DC. So I mean, let's just
Let's just wait
let's
and
just see what
see.
happens.
Yeah, let's see what
That's what I can say. Like I can't get mad at it.
I mean,
Like
it's almost as if it's like, okay, let's put. It's almost like a filler.
Yeah.
Let's fill this. Use this and tie them in somehow while we're
Mhm.
doing this over here.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe to do maybe to kill it. Maybe to kill it.
Maybe.
So
Maybe should we carry on?
yes, let's go.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't say anything about Superman
Paradise
because
Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Swamp Thing, I'm hellaciously excited for.
Yes, I want to see it's the origins of Swamp Thing. I really want to see that.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they're diving into their horror side fast.
Yeah,
I do like that. And like I said, that's because I'm a horror fan. So
always.
I do like the fact that they're diving into that fast. I've always been a Swamp Thing fan, always, even with the other movies, and I maybe I think it was just movies. Was there a TV show? I don't remember if there was I don't want to say anything because I don't want to remember. But so I'm excited about that. The Supergirl thing, it's odd to me because everybody just complained about a super person being gritty.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a feeling that I'm gonna be able to call people a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But in the same vein too, there is like Supergirl did have kind of a chip on her shoulder. I think it was in the New 52. And that's what it sounds like, the story that they're using. I think it was the New 52. Where she became a Red Lantern. I think that was in the New 52. Because of what she went through and everything, which sounds similar to that story. Yeah. She did have a chip on her shoulder. Like she was very angry, didn't really listen to directions and stuff like that. And that's the reason why she was chosen to be a Red Lantern, because of her anger that she had inside. Yeah. So it's interesting because here's a theory. What if he actually goes that far? He already has the Lantern show. And in the Lantern show, of course, can introduce Yellow Lantern Corps, Red Lantern Corps, all of the different corps, the Star Sapphires, all of them. Mm-hmm. What if he ends up making her like a Red Lantern later and like does that part of the storyline? That would be interesting to see.
And have her pop up, because it's got to be a reason why he's putting these together. Because he said that's all he could tell us for right now. So there's more coming in the future. But I think that's interesting.
It is, because honestly, I didn't, when I first heard it, I was like, oh man, so you're gonna make Supergirl gritty, and I'm like, now people are probably gonna complain about that. But then I just started thinking about the New 52 era. I'm pretty sure it was the New 52 era where she became a Red Lantern, and if they go that route, I think that would be dope to, especially like in the connected universe that's on screen, to see a character transition in that manner. Like, because DC does have a lot of characters that flip flop too. Like they're heroes and then they become villain because something happens. Whether they're taking over, like even with Hal Jordan, like, are they going to bring in the parallax part? Is that going to show that individuals can be corrupted no matter who they are by these rings and these other, celestial entities? Like, it's interesting. A lot of the stuff that could be done. So that's the reason why I say, like, I'm interested. Am I going to be running to every movie? Well, yeah, probably
possibly for
the show. We got to have something to talk about with open chats. Like I said, we're doing more open chats this year, a lot more. So yeah, I'll probably be going to the movies, but I'm like, I'm interested. Before I was kind of like, crap, what is going on? Now I'm like, huh. Okay, like, wow me. Like, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So yeah, where are we at? An hour 15?
Hour 15.
Yeah. So that's crazy, y'all. Like, there's a plan. We've heard the movies. It sounds like the monster side is going to be the horror side.
Yeah.
This is what I'm guessing. This is what I'm gathering. So the monster side is going to be the horror side. That's what you have the creature. What is it? Creature Commandos. You have Swamp Thing.
That's what he has. There's actually like a little picture that shows and how they're doing it. Shazam, Flash, Then the universe resets. Then it goes to Blue Beetle, Aquaman. Then you have chapter one, which is Gods and Monsters. That's the creature commandos, Waller, Superman, Lanterns, the Authority, Paradise Lost, Batman,
That's a
Booster
god.
Gold, Supergirl, Swamp Thing.
Yeah. See, so yeah, so it sounds like what they're doing with the gods part.
Mhm.
Of course, you got the super family in there,
Yeah,
of course.
the
Then you
Bat
have the
Family's
space
in.
side and
Yeah.
everything, because a lot of people in the DC, they kind of a lot of their space based
Mhm.
characters like Brainiac and Darkseid, especially,
Yeah.
are considered gods. And by some, um, then yeah, like you said with Batman, because of course there's Superman, it has to be a Batman, Wonder Woman. Of course, that's setting up the Trinity. Because I guess that TV show is supposed to be when Wonder Woman's young or something like that.
Yeah.
Like she's a
She's first.
baby, or it leads up to her being born. So, and I know a lot of people are like, well, that might make it confusing if some people may think that, but I mean, think about it. Like if it already tells you this happened in freaking, you know, 1000 BC, you
Yeah.
know when it happened. So it wouldn't be confusing because it just like I mean, they did it in the Snyderverse, like let you know that she's been around forever,
Yeah.
been sitting there. And then when her second movie came, even with the Justice League and Batman v Superman, even though she was around in World War One, she was there and no one was confused. So I think that might be what they end up doing.
Yeah. Because
And that's how they're going to introduce their Trinity.
what it also shows at the bottom after chapter one, Gods and Monsters, it says DC Elseworlds, where it has the Joker, but that was back in 2019, Batman 2022. Then it has Joker,
That's on
Foley,
the
Dior. That's
oh yeah,
October.
that's the musical.
Yeah, that's the musical one. The Batman Part 2, which is coming out in 2025. Teen Titans Go, that's the animated series, and
Yeah.
Superman's Lois, which is going to the CW.
Oh, there's Superman and Lois was already there, so that's the one. So they didn't cancel. I'm glad they didn't cancel that. They're sending it back to the CW.
That's what it says, the CW.
Yo, they should have left it on HBO Max, man.
So that's
Right.
how he has it. I'm assuming those are Elseworlds, but somehow, some way, it's gonna connect.
Makes sense.
I posted that to my stories so y'all can see that it was from Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, okay.
Yeah. I
So
posted that to my stories, and I also posted it on my Twitter. So you can see how they have it mapped out, which I need to keep this and try to save this to my phone so I can know when these movies come out. So after the Flash, the universe is going to reset and go to Blue Beetle.
so that means Aquaman is still gonna be around then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that
After
James
Blue
said
Beetle,
something
Aquaman and the
already.
Lost Kingdom.
Yeah. Because I mean, James already says, I think on Twitter also, where he said that Jason has always seen Aquaman as a trilogy. He's always wanted
Mhm.
to be a trilogy. So I guess that's the reason why they didn't let it go. But I think that trilogy is going to become more, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
it'll be interesting. I'm excited for it. But yeah, y'all, that's some of the things coming out. Some of the ideas, some of the theories. DC is so vast. I mean, Marvel's vast too. Don't get me wrong. For everybody
Yeah.
who's only Marvel, but like DC is so vast, and like its characters and its lore and things like that. Like I'm not surprised that people get it wrong
Mhm.
because even in the comics, you see multiple versions of Batman. You see multiple versions of Superman.
I like
So
that because it gives you something. It lets you see that there's different sides of Batman.
yeah, that's the reason why I didn't understand why everybody got so angry
I like that.
with the stuff that like Zack Snyder was doing because I'm like when everybody would get angry about it,
Mhm.
I'm like, there's different versions of them in the comics
Yeah,
that act different ways. Like
the
you
one
should
is very
being a
violent,
yeah
one is sweet.
yeah
And,
being a DC fan, like you should have been
you
like
should.
to me I don't look at like even though a lot of people like to say that Michael Keaton's Batman I guess is in the same universe as
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve's Superman. I'm like, no, they aren't. I'm like,
Mhm.
because if that was the case, that they wouldn't have tried to make Superman Forever with freaking Nicolas Cage as Superman. because that was supposed to be the Superman in Michael
Yeah.
Keaton in that in Tim Burton's Batman universe. It was supposed to be that Superman. So
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve Superman is not the same universe as
No, it's not.
that Batman, and that's how I see it. Like I see all of them as different universes. You know,
I
the
need to go
only the
back.
only characters I could see like being in the Christopher Reeves universe would probably be Adam West Batman and Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. Like I
Yeah.
could see those three in the same universe.
I need to go back and watch all of Batman stuff and all of Superman stuff.
Yeah.
Like just watch all of just go back
Yeah.
and revisit the 90s and just watch all
Mhm.
of that stuff. Just
Yeah, because that's how I figured it. That's how I looked at everything. Even when that weird Catwoman came, I was just like, "Oh, that's a Catwoman from the universe." Now, that's not to say the movie was good. it's just that I looked at it. Huh? Which Catwoman?
which Catwoman?
The Holly Berry one. Did you like that one? Did you like the Holly Berry Catwoman movie?
I think she was. I thought it was okay.
No, I think she made a
She made a
good
good
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
The script
I
just
just
sucked.
I just think they were more focused on kind of
Sexualizing her. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
they
think
leaned
they
into
were
that
doing.
heavy. And I think what ended up happening was they were probably like, "What? Holly Berry got the part, so we don't got to work on the script no more. That's gonna make
Yeah,
money."
because
Because that script was horrendous.
It's Halle
Holly,
Berry.
Holly Berry gonna carry it.
Show her belly.
Well,
But I think that was okay. I really liked. Oh, I can't think of her name. The
exactly
one that
that.
played Catwoman. What is her name?
Which one? What are you
I
talking
can't
about?
think of her name. Where there was a part in the movie where she actually sewed the suit together, and
Oh,
yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. There you go. I loved that Catwoman.
Yeah, she made a good Catwoman.
She did good. But the queen Catwoman of all, Eartha Kitt.
Eartha
No
Kitt.
one can do Catwoman like Eartha Kitt.
Mm-hmm. See, Emmy said I personally liked it. The plot was stupid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think once they found out Holly Berry was gunning for the part, they were just like, we don't gotta write no more.
It's Halle Berry. Everybody love Halle Berry.
Because it was like they were trying to get. You saw the path, and then all of a sudden it was like one of those gender reveal poppers. Everything just went everywhere all of a sudden.
That was crazy.
What are you doing?
Crazy. But no, there's only one true Catwoman. That's Eartha Kitt. She had it down pat.
Yeah.
She even had the purring sound. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
perfect Catwoman.
Yeah, that's the reason why too. I think, and a lot of people, because I know some people. I've heard some people who use like Holly Berry being Catwoman as race swapping argument, and then the other side where they're just like, no, she wasn't even the first black Catwoman. That was Eartha Kitt, which put in canon that Catwoman, one of the Catwomans, because remember DC is very much about their multi-universe, universal stuff. One of the Catwomans is black. I even think in one of the animations they made Catwoman look really, really like they made her look like she has some melanin in her. I know they did it. I know they did it with Lex. Everybody thought for the longest Lex was black.
Jay, I'm sorry if you got turned on. I do apologize.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, not sorry. You must forget I'm a Scorpio.
Lord have mercy.
Poor Jay.
Oh, that was your intro to Holly Berry. I mean, not Holly Berry, but Catwoman. Oh, yeah.
In defense?
Understandable.
Oh, so that's when you... Okay. I can get that now. We growling now? Yes.
Yes, it's like... Nobody get on the show.
I'm so sorry if something happened. I do apologize. I'm a Scorpio. I have a tendency of doing that and not even realize it. But yeah.
Like, correct me if I'm right or wrong, actually, because I know in the comics sometimes the way they color her, sometimes like she has melanin.
She has. I mean, That's just like
So she's black in the heart. Yeah, because they made her darker. Like they give her melanin. But I don't know. It's one of those weird ones when it comes to her because it's like you've
I
seen a black woman play as her far back, like when
I
Eartha
just
Kitt played
hate
her.
when
So it's like,
people have to bring the whole race thing into it. Oh, you're
yeah,
the race swapping. No, have you ever thought about maybe it's different universes? It's not
yeah.
the same. Like I'm still waiting for them to do a Wonder Woman.
You
Wonder
mean
Woman twin sister.
you mean Nubia as Wonder Woman?
Nubia. Yeah. That would be a different universe of a Wonder Woman. It was
Yeah.
I mean, because she did say in her
Well,
comment,
honestly, no, they don't have to do a different universe with that with her because she was
they
on the
really
main.
don't because they was both
She was on the main.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and she did say one time, she said, "We will meet again." And I was like, that was back in her first appearance. She said,
Yeah.
"We will
But
meet again." And I'm like, I want to see
but the
that.
thing is, there is one Earth where I think it was an Earth that was created in the 70s, but
Mhm.
I think all of the heroes are black. Like, and I
Mhm.
think that Nubia version, at least Nubia, like the main Nubia in the main universe, is the main Wonder Woman in that
Yeah,
universe. Even though she did wear the mantle as Wonder Woman and then
yeah.
became her own, I think she became like her own character too, but
Mhm.
her own like superhero moniker. But there is that Earth where it's nothing but black people because like
Yeah.
the
Dude,
one Superman, he has a afro. They call him the Superman. And
yeah,
I
if
think
I'm
if
not
I'm
mistaken, I think the Wonder Woman, she's over. She's I forgot. I read the comic and I cannot remember what she's over a different.
he's
Um,
been mixed in the comics for years. So Catwoman has been mixed in the comics for years.
yeah, she has.
Okay. See? So I
She
don't
wasn't
understand why people go
always. That's why I
nuts.
was like, what are y'all getting so upset for?
Yeah.
Even in the oh gosh, not even
I think with some of the characters, people just expect things or thought things were a certain way.
yeah.
That's the reason why I don't use my emotions to argue. I use logic. So like if I don't know something, I'm gonna go research it. And then
Yeah,
if I'm wrong, I will admit it. Like
yeah.
and if I'm right, I'm gonna admit that too.
Yes, he is. I'm like, I told
but
you,
told you. But
told
in
you.
the same vein too, is like people gotta stop leading with their emotions, man. That shit don't
Yeah,
get you
stop.
nowhere.
It's just y'all. It's just comics and it's just movies. Calm down.
Become a Vulcan.
Yeah, it's just social media.
And no, I'm not talking about Spock for the smartasses out there. I know he freaking has emotions. He's half human. I'm talking about the other ones.
Spock
And
was my
I'm not talking about the Romulans either. They're a
Spock ain't
derivative
Spock ain't
of the,
show no
of the
emotion. He just
Vulcans.
looked.
No, he showed
We're being
emotion.
attacked.
Nah, he showed emotion. Like if he gets pushed too far, he'll start acting like a human.
We're being
And
attacked.
that's the thing too, because that's the thing too, because like a lot of people were like, I think in the new Star Trek, they were like, he didn't act that much like a human. If you watch the older ones, like when he did get pushed to the wall, like back Kurt
That
Spock,
yeah.
like whenever his emotions would come out, that was his character. That's who he was. But anyway, I'm really pushing my geek card right now. So.
But you got to go back and watch that old stuff. Start back from the
Yeah.
beginning, then work your way back up, and you'll
Yeah,
be like,
don't remember it through rose-colored glasses.
no.
Because I love Thundercats growing up. I can't watch that shit as an adult. I don't,
Love
I'm just like,
Thundercat.
Jesus Christ, who wrote this? Same
We
with
weren't,
He-Man.
we weren't thinking
Watch
about none of that.
Yeah, loved He-Man growing up. I'm
Now
like,
we look at
yeah,
He-Man.
dude,
Now we looking like, why He-Man
now
got a bob?
look at the old He-Man. I'm like,
Why He-Man got a bob?
so
A 619 doobie bob. Why?
nuts.
That's the
But
color.
that's
619.
all I'm saying. And I think that's what it is with a hold on. I think that's what it is with a lot of folks. Is like they remember stuff through
Yeah.
rose-colored glasses and don't actually go back and look at the stuff and research the stuff. Now,
Now,
don't get me wrong, they are doing a lot of things that are wild. Just like
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if they made Rhodey in the movies, the new Iron Man, people will lose their shit. Even though in the comics, Rhodey was Iron Man for a hot minute. And I'm not talking about in the 2010s. I'm talking about this was like what, the late 80s, like late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around there, way back. And he was like he was Iron Man for a hot minute.
we looking at why Skeletor run like that?
No Lord. You know why?
Skeletor
Fucking
short, short enough is short.
His thigh bones rubbing together.
Click, 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 as he was running. Click, 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 it's like you hear his knees. Click, 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 click. Why he man short
Oh,
so
Lord.
short? You know how we weren't looking at that.
Oh, man. All right, y'all.
Did he man and Skeletor have a thing?
Probably. That was a different type of fight, y'all. No, but
He man
So,
did
yeah, we're
have the
gonna-
muscles.
mhm. So I think we got to end tonight's episode here. There's probably going to be another open chat because I got to put
Probably.
the thing up and let people start picking their dates when you want to be interviewed and all that good stuff. So we're gonna have another open chat because I'm pretty sure something else in the comic book world, in the movie world, is gonna happen and it's gonna be nuts,
It is.
and we're gonna have to talk about it and give our unbiased opinions because nowadays a lot of stuff is entirely too biased.
Yeah.
So
everybody's so sensitive now. You got to be careful of people's feelings.
both sides. So with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here. We hope
Yes,
you
we are.
enjoyed the time on the bridge. We hope that we were able to, connect you to some of the craziness in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
DC has news. James Gunn, Saffron, they are, they got their ship in the direction they want to go. I'm just here for the ride. I can't do anything. Like I said earlier, I don't work there. I
we're
run
hoping
Sovereign Comics.
And we're hoping there's no icebergs along the way.
Yeah, for real. Because that's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna be like,
Like, can you imagine when those movies start coming out and they start doing worse than what Zack Snyder was doing?
I'm gonna be like, oh boy.
Well, I'm not gonna say worse than what Zack Snyder was doing because I'm one of the rare ones. I actually like the movies in that universe. I actually like them. Were they all great? The theatrical releases? No, God no. But the extended cuts and stuff like that, made up. But the thing is, like, can you imagine that if they came out? Like, I don't mean to dip. Actually, I do. People who have read my comics, I know I like to sow discord. So I do mean to sow discord in your brain. But think about if these movies do worse than those, because those movies made money. Let's not forget that. It may not have been what everybody wanted, but the Snyder movies made money. They made DC some grip.
Yeah, they did.
So
James, just post.
I hope it doesn't. Like, I really do hope that him and Saffron, what they have planned, they knock this shit out the park. Because I'm tired of DC being the butt of the jokes.
James, just
post. They actually have all these great characters and stuff.
Just post more pictures of your cat. Everything will be all right. Show a kitten or something. I'm so serious.
I would hate that. Like, I'm not even gonna hate that. I would hate that because I want to see them win. Yeah, I want to see them win, just like I want to see Marvel win.
Of course,
that's another show's topic.
Marvel winning.
That's another show's topic. Marvel. But Jesus. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end it. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for dropping in with us. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you for giving us your theories and what you think about the things that are happening in the DC universe. We always enjoy these talks and open chat. Yeah. Thank you for helping us bridge that gap. That's what Scorpio wants me to say. But yeah, folks, take it easy.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, please.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Please.
All that good stuff. Don't be scared.
So
we're only gonna love you more. That's it.
Yeah. It might get a little wilder. We don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get up off here.
Yeah.
Y'all take it easy.
We'll show some shoulder.
Yeah. Yep. Right. I might deepen my voice a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. Now, might have Scorpio get sick.
Oh, hell no. That was terrible.
Yeah,
I gotta
see?
post that video. I'm gonna post that video of when I first got sick.
Oh Lord,
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna
just
scare
funny.
some of you all. It is.
That's just funny.
It is.
All right, everybody.
Good
Thank you for
night.
dropping in. Good night, and we will see you next Wednesday. Same time, same place, same bridge. Bye bye.